blocker than he was a pass blocker for the Aggies. And here is another thing that I really like, and I wanted to make sure I got this number correctly according to Pro Football Focus. Araj Reed, Adams had in grade, when zone blocking. Why is that important? Well, Miami in their scheme with Mike McDaniel prioritizes athletic offensive linemen that can get out on the perimeter, can pull, get out in space, get their hands on the linebackers, the safeties, arm age. Reed Adams, I thought, did a really good job of showcasing that at Texas A&M this year. I like his athleticism, his ability to get to the second level as a blocker. I think he would be someone I have my eye on for a day. 2, target on the interior offensive line position. We'll see if Chris GRE and Mike McDaniel. You'll feel the same way. We have a lot more players to talk about on today's show. But we are sponsored by Game Time, the best way to get your tickets. And if you want to go see a live sporting event, comedy show, concert game, Time is the best way to get your tickets. So many great features, one of them being Game Time Pick. Game Time Picks filters at the fluff to show you the incredible deals on great seats so you don't have to waste time searching through thousands of tickets. They all have the lowest price guaranteed if you find a ticket on a different service in the same exact seat. Dissection row, whole and yards, they will actually credit you. 110% of your difference. Also get a panoramic view of the seat in the app before you buy. So you know exactly where you're sitting. You won't get blocked by a pole, a stanchion, a board. Nothing. You know exactly where you're sitting. Game Time, Mac, purchasing tickets, so easy. And boy, do I like easy. So download the app today and create an account. And when you create an account, use code CHATSPORTS. That will get you $20 off your first purchase terms. Apply first purchase only. But use code CHAT, SPORTS, to get $20 off that first purchase. Shout out the Game Time. What time is it? It is game time. We're going to go to the interior defensive line here for the Dolphins in round 4, and I'm going to go Simeon Barrow Jr. and keep him in the originally from Georgia. But went in was a hurricane this past season, and I'd like to keep him in Miami. Why not? It's always fun to keep the Hurricanes and Dolphins intertwined. Am I right? He actually was pretty solid this past year for the Hurricanes at 5.5 sacks, 30 tackles. He's a decent run stopper. He actually had a 7.8% run stop rate this past season for the Hurricanes. That defense was terrible. Most of you know that if you're a fan of both the Dolphins and Miami college football. But Simeon Barr is not an incomplete reason why I like his potential ability to be an interior pass rusher on that defensive line, but also help stop the run. I think having him work alongside Zach Sealer and learn behind Zach could really benefit him for the future. I'm a fan of Barrow Jr., and hopefully maybe he could stay in Miami. We're going to draft a quarterback here on day 3. Curtis Rohr, the quarterback from Indiana, and this is someone that's a very intriguing prospect. When you ask me, he is very accurate with the football, and he has a good live arm for the most part. When inside the pocket, the issue with Rohr is his mobility. He actually played all season long with a leg injury that basically made him a statue inside the pocket. But even if he did not have that injury, he is still not that mobile of a quarterback. He is a standstill throwback in the pocket type guy. But you see his numbers on screen completed. Nearly 70% of his passes, only turned it over 5 times. The Indiana passing attack wasn't the most dynamic in all football. But when he was in the pocket, when he had time to throw the football, he delivered it with anticipation, with accuracy, and on the money. And one thing that he really excels at as well as a quarterback, the back shoulder fade. That's something that the Indiana passing attack prioritize. When he gets in that pocket, he hits that back foot. He sees man-to-man coverage on the outside. He knows where to put it on that back shoulder. He trusts his wide receivers to make the play. That chemistry, that rapport, I'm a fan of Rohr. You see his size too. He is a big fella that can sit in the pocket, see over the defense and make some read, and not even 0-0 just talking about Rohr. But the Dolphins need to draft a quarterback in a draft. And I think I will have a quarterback being selected in every mock draft I do this offseason. Just going to simply put it like that. That is how I am going to approach this 2025 NFL draft. Because with Tua having the injury history and talks about him might not being the guy of the future, I think the Dolphins might and should draft a quarterback in the draft as well as sign one in free agency. So whether it's Curtis Rohr in round 5, whether it's Jackson Dart in round 2, or Jay and Milo in round 3, I think the Dolphins should absolutely be looking. And